Let's talk about how to grow your Spotify streams, but without getting on any of those big playlists. Hey there, it's John Gold here, the founder of Hyped It. And today's question comes from Brett. Let me quickly read it to you. Brett says, I'm a small-scale artist from Sydney, Australia, and I make house and techno music. I've used Hyped It in conjunction with SoundCloud in the past when my music was a bit more on the commercial side of things. It definitely worked well. Now I haven't released a lot of music lately, but I'm about to start releasing a lot more. I really want to focus on building Spotify streams, as at the moment my Spotify stats are very low and my music just doesn't get heard. Any advice you have for me, John? I'm all ears. Brett, thank you so much for your question, and this is awesome, and that's why I figured I answer it here in this video. So there are principally two ways you can do that. Build your profile and your streaming success on Spotify, right? The first one is you can promote your music directly to get streams. The second one is you can promote your music directly to get followers on Spotify and then let the streams follow organically. So they sound similar or maybe related, but they're actually quite different in the way you might approach your music promotion. So let me break this down for you and explain some of the pros and cons. So method number one, I said, was promoting your music directly to streams. This is when you go out and you might run ads to send people directly to stream your music. Or this is when you submit your music to tons and tons of playlists and you're networking and you're trying to get on those playlists to have other people sort of featuring music there. Or this is when you go out and wherever you have a platform on the internet or profile, you link back to your Spotify profile to get streams there. So you do everything to have people click that little play button in Spotify and grow your streams. The upside of this approach and this method is that it can be really fast, right? I can run an ad on Spotify streams today and I see my streams rising today and tomorrow and however long I run the ad, right? It's really fast. It can be really fast and effective on growing your streams. But there's a couple downsides here. And, you know, one of the downsides is that if you are running ads and you're getting playlists to promote your song, and you get streams that way, you're not building any asset for yourself that you can use further down the road. So let's say this track is done, you're coming out with your next track, and you want to get the same streaming results, you got to do all of the same things again. You got to run an ad again. You have to get on the same playlists again, or maybe on other playlists. You're just repeating with every release. You're repeating sort of the same promotion effort. So what you're really doing is you're relying on traffic that you don't own. You're relying on traffic that other people own. If you run ads, you're relying on traffic that ad platform is giving you. For example, Facebook. You're relying on Facebook traffic. You're relying on Facebook's traffic if you're advertising on Facebook. If you are putting your music on playlists, you're relying on the traffic those playlists get to share some of that with your music. So that second method I talked about is promoting your music to grow followers on Spotify. Right? And here why this is so interesting, because if you grow followers, you will automatically get organic streams down the road because those followers will end up streaming your music as you release more of it. Right? So how do you do that? How do you grow followers on Spotify systematically? It's really easy if you use a download gate, right? Hyped It has a download gate that connects with Spotify. So you're basically offering a piece of free music to your fans and folks who discover you online. They download it, and through the exchange process of the download gate, they end up following you on Spotify automatically. With every download, you're growing a new follower on Spotify. Now, what this doesn't do, this method, it does not give you an instant boosts on your streams, right? Makes sense, because those folks who downloaded from your gate, they did not hit the play button in Spotify. They hit the follow button, or the download gate hit that automatically for them. They hit the follow button on your artist profile. But once your next release comes out, and the one thereafter, and that one after that one, that's when you're reaping all those streams, right? Because now Spotify is notifying those followers of your new releases, is putting it in some of their playlists for them, the curated ones that Spotify automates, if you're getting, as you're building traction for your music. Now, and that's where those streams come in organically. And you don't have to pay for those streams, right? Or you don't have to mingle and network and try to get on the playlists. So the big upside here is you're building an asset, you're building a fan base, and that fan base has longevity. So maybe the streams are not coming in on day one and maybe not on day two, but with the next release and the next release and the next release, that's when those numbers are starting to climb. That's why I'm a big fan of the second method. Again, you can promote your streams or you can promote your music for streams directly, but you'll probably spend the same ad budget over and over again without building much of an asset that you own because you're relying on other people's traffic. The moment you're shifting and you're building a fan base instead and letting that fan base generate all those streams for you automatically, now you're building something that you own. Because you own that fan base. You don't have to pay for that fan base again. Once you've acquired it, you can put music in front of them and it doesn't cost you anything. And as your fan base grows from release to release, the more power you have with every or the more boost and the more thrust you have with every release you put out, without spending more and more money, right? It's like super interesting actually. If you just promote streams and release after release, you want more streams, you probably got to up your ad budget. If you want more and more streams through your fan base, all you got to do is keep growing your fan base, and then the stream growth will follow automatically. So I'm a big proponent of that second method, build a fan base. Without fans, nothing happens, but with fans, everything is possible. I'm a big believer in that. And so here it is, like 2 methods of growing your streams on Spotify. Again, the first one definitely works, but I'm a big favor of the second one. Grow your fan base, get the streams organically. That's the path to long-term success, in my opinion. I hope this was helpful. Brad, thanks again for your question. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.